He was lying quietly by the roadside, too weak to move, as if life had already drained from his small body. His breathing was faint, and his eyes had lost their light. When someone gently spoke to him, his only response was a slight wag of his tail. Then, without warning, he rolled over to show his belly. A soft, trusting gesture from a dog who had nothing left. Even when called, he stayed still, unsure if he had the strength or the reason to get up. Later, he was spotted beside a mother and daughter. His tail wagged, and for a moment, it looked like he had found a home. But the next time, he was sitting alone at the subway entrance, staring at the crowd as if hoping to find someone he once knew. A voice called out, and he looked, just for a second, before turning his head away. His tail lowered. That small, quiet figure sitting on the grass looked even more lost than before. Not long after, he was seen again, this time in a small neighborhood, playing with other dogs. It seemed like he belonged, but when the other dogs left, he stood alone, watching them disappear. Then he followed, as if still holding on to a tiny hope. Everyone was gone by then, except one person standing in the distance. He ran toward them, tail wagging, eyes full of hunger and longing. Some food was gently placed on the ground. He hesitated for a moment, then devoured it. A sausage, a can of meat. He ate it all in seconds. That night, he lingered near the subway, watching the people pass. He walked up to the elderly, to children, anyone who might remind him of someone he used to know. He was still gentle, still quiet. On the second night, he let someone touch him for the first time. His eyes were soft. His body didn't flinch. It was as if he had waited for that moment for a long time. No one came forward to claim him. No owner, no home. So a rope was brought, and he let it be tied around his neck. He didn't resist. He followed every step, pausing when the person leading him paused. In the car, he sat calmly. But when they reached the door of his new home, he froze. He was scared. Once inside, he lay near the entrance, whimpering. He didn't eat. He didn't drink. He didn't move much. The walks didn't help. He tried to break free and return to the station. On the fourth day, he was there again, lying on the concrete. He looked up when he heard a familiar voice. A can of food was opened, and he finally ate. A new leash was gently placed on him, and again, he didn't resist. He lifted his paw as if asking for help. When he got home this time, he curled up in the bed waiting for him. He drank some water, took his medicine, and fell asleep. He still had leaves stuck to his fur from the street. He hadn't found the person he was looking for, but he had found someone who wouldn't leave. On the fifth day, he stopped eating again. Eggs, chicken, even his favorite snacks. Nothing worked. He went back to the subway entrance, lying in the same spot. Every time someone passed, he looked, still searching, still waiting. But when meat was offered again, he finally took then another. Then the plate was empty. Soon after, he started playing with a toy. Just a little at first. Then he began walking into elevators without fear. He even showed the places where he used to hide. Leaves became his favorite. He would bring them in and place them gently on the floor. At night, he slept near the key. In the morning, he greeted the day with a wagging tail and a small stretch. That happiness didn't last. After a hearty meal, he had stomach pain and diarrhea. The vet said his immune system was still weak. He couldn't take long walks or be bathed. At the clinic, he stayed still as they took his blood and gave him injections. He didn't resist. He just looked around quietly, trusting the people helping. On the 9th day, he was given a name, Maoli, a name of his own for the first time. His ears were cleaned, and though it hurt, he stood still, only barking. When it was, he relaxed and leaned into the. By the 13th day, Maoli had learned how to wait politely for me. But if the food came too slowly, he would grow anxious, shaking his head and letting out tiny growls. That look in his eyes was both funny and he had become a part of the home. No more sleeping on cold, no more strain, no more. Maoli had found what he didn't know he had, a safe place and a heart that wouldn't let